Nessa girl, I think I'm gonna retire this hair after next week. She's starting to stink. Anyway, let's go. I need to go down to VH1 Beauty Bar so they can wash this shit and condition it, honey, and make me over, make me right. Listen, I know a lot of y'all are not featuring VH1 Beauty Bar. It reflects in the numbers. But bitch, I like this little show. I don't know why, but it holds my attention, and I think because it's just so different from what's out there now. And I guess the only true difference is the culture, but nonetheless, I like it. So we're gonna talk about it. Did you get into last night's episode of VH1 Beauty Bar? Let me tell you something. This is gonna be the Thalia episode because, you know, Thalia, I've got a lot of issues with you. I got a lot of issues with you right now. Number one, it was messy as fuck. It was messy as fuck for you to A, record that video of Rell and Princess, and for you to B, turn around and show it to Henry. Here's the thing, right? I always thought that when you work in an environment, it's kind of like the workers against the boss. Now, at the very end of the day, Rell and Princess were wrong, okay? And they have nobody to blame for themselves getting in trouble but themselves. But damn. And Thalia, it's gonna come a day that you gonna do something amongst co-workers that you honestly want to stay amongst co-workers. It'd be one thing if Tess and Henry stepped to Thalia, then she said something or showed the video. It's another for you to take it directly to them. And the unfortunate thing is, nobody was hurt by what happened. Nothing broke. Princess had a client in the shop, and I understand, but shit, it was her damn client. She know her people better than it. She knew her people wouldn't mind. It just, I don't know, Thalia, it was all wrong. V, let me tell you something. They don't tone V down, and I'm loving me some V. Is it me, or did V die the fuck out that damn hair? Baby, the way she put that purple, it was cascading down, it was gradiated, radiated, haterrated, and Gatorated, baby. Nothing over here was thirsty. That hair was everything. It was light purple, medium purple, dark purple, baby. I love that. Let me tell you one thing. V made me smile when she did her work, because I'm going to tell you what she represents for me. The difference between somebody who is skilled and somebody who is gifted. Skilled is you went to school, you practiced, you apprentice, and yang, and you learned the craft, and you're good. You can do it. You have proficiency in this skill set. But baby, gifted is when your art's been sun-kissed by God. That bitch did that. And I noticed there's a different V when she's doing hair. Keep doing what you're doing, V. You a badass colorist, baby. Thalia and Rell meeting. Rell, I ain't gonna get you about your fashions today, but they still a mess. This is where my issue with Thalia started. Thalia, you showed Tess and Henry the video. At that moment, you have no grounds to feel any kind of way about Rell and or Princess confronting you about it. Now, you did own it. You did own that you did it. Where you fucked up with me was the bullshit ass excuse that you tried to give Rell as to why you did it. Oh, if anything would have went wrong, it would have been on me. Well, what would have went wrong? And it would seem to me if that you were concerned about something going wrong, instead of videotaping it, you would have stood up and tried to stop it, or you would have sent someone back there. What you did, Thalia, was messy. But here's what's really fucked up. you let Rell push one of your trigger points with you being trans, and then I don't even think he should have went there, but he went there in terms of you just mad because Princess is real fish and you paid for a fish. You know, Publix went Dixie fish, Costco fish. And then that set you off. That pissed you the hell off. But see, here is my thing, Thalia, and this is where I'm really finna get you about your next scene. Being a part of the LGBTQ community and being a part of the trans community, you already know what those trigger words, phrases, and trigger points are that people try to come at us with. You should have been prepared mentally already for the real fish versus bought fish situation. I hate the fact that you let that take you so far out your comfort zone, because it only supports this narrative that the straight community tries to push, that y'all want to be, you know, heterosexual women so bad. I don't know. We'll save that for a later debate. Where I'm finna get into your ass at, and this is what I'm gonna talk to you thoroughly about. Being a gay man, being a part of the LGBTQ community, there is one stereotype that we hear every day. Faggots is messy, sissies is messy, messy punk, messy queen, messy bottom, okay? Even with what I do for a living, okay? Coupled with me being gay, when I meet people on the street, I have to go out of my way to not perpetuate the stereotype of the messy sissy. You know that that's a strike against us by virtue of being gay. You fed right into it by being a messy punk. You was messy as fuck, and it was for no reason. Like, it was for no reason. And then I'm not even going to get into the whole color divide and racial divide in the office, because that also made me be like, but that conversation is too exhausting for me to have right now, so I'm gonna just take that one off the table. But you've got big nerve being fully aware of what the outside world thinks of us and the type of stereotypes we have to combat every day. Then you fed directly into it for no reason. Then you want to cry and say, I'm not like that. Like, miss me with the Tammy Roman stuff. Miss me with the Evelyn Lozada stuff. No, you might not be that solely, but bitch, that's a large part of you, because you're messy. You're messy, and that's just true tea. And Thalia, you were my favorite, and maybe it's gonna take me an episode 2 to calm down and put you back in my favorite box. But bitch, you, like, every negative stereotype about gays and trans being messy, you perpetuated, and I don't give a damn how pretty you were in doing it. It was ugly. Going back to V in her element, when V and Kevin were at that photo shoot styling mama, I loved everything. Kevin was beating that face. Now, he is so cute with his young self, and I just hope the world does not taint Kevin and he remains to be this beautiful soul he is. V, when she was working, yes, she was a little over the top. It was slightly annoying, but mama was in her element, and I loved it. We already talked about that. V and her date with Sideshow Bob. Let me tell y'all something. When them hoes, when them not hoes, them dykes, when them dykes was riding in that damn Cinderella carriage, you know, it made me laugh, because I was about to say, well, bitch, I don't know which one the man is and which one is the woman. Now listen, before all my LGBTQ prayer warriors attack me, I said that because of a joke, not a joke, because of something my grandma said that me and my sister always laugh about. Obviously, I'm in the life, all right? I'm 34 years old. I've been gay all my life. I came out at 23. I totally understand roles and relationships and comparing ourselves to heterosexual people and heteronormative, you know, gender roles and all that, relationship roles. I get all of that, right? But we had these gay white neighbors that lived across the street from us growing up. They were flight attendants. Well, one was a flight attendant, one was something else. And I was sitting on the porch one day, and the more effeminate one walked out, waved, hey, Miss Katie, had his bag and got in the car and went to the airport. And when the man drove off, my grandma said, that one right there, that's the woman. And I fell out laughing, and I was like, what you mean, grandma? She was like, that one the woman, and she snickered. She like snickered and giggled, and I laughed, and you know, I think my sister was there. I don't know if my sister was there or not, but my sister talked about it. It didn't make any sense to try to explain to a 70-something-year-old woman what was going on and that neither one of them were women. It was just funny because that was her understanding. Hell, she was from the backwoods of Mississippi where you see a man and a woman, and that's the one that got a little switch and a twist in his step, so that's the damn woman. And so that's why I laugh. But true T, bitch, I don't know which one of y'all the man. I guess V is more the woman in that relationship. Nonetheless, I was with V. The blind date was very awkward at first, but I like V and Sideshow Bob together. Down to Henry. When Henry confronted V about not hashtagging the salon, I was with him. In Atlanta, I got a lot of business owner friends, caterers, hairdressers, and stuff that have run into issues that when they go on jobs or invite their subordinates on jobs, their subordinates will tweet and Instagram and hashtag up the photo to make it seem to the outside world that they just on boss status and that this is their client, when lo and behold, your ass is only there because of the main person. And so I understood Henry's frustration. But I'm glad V said it straight, that that wasn't our shade and that wasn't us trying to throw any darts at you. She posted that. That wasn't a picture on our Instagram. So that was cool because I was like, oh shit, V, that's kind of fucked up. You have to represent House of Dogs. I had to have a friend, I had to have a conversation with a friend of mine that owns a catering business, because she felt some kind of way because somebody in her business went on a celebrity job with her and did the whole thing and showed the food and made it seem as if she prepared the food and got this client. And so she was feeling some kind of way about having the conversation with the person. And I was like, you shouldn't be feeling nervous about having a conversation about your business. And you simply let people know. Just create a general rule. If you are on a job for my business and you choose to social media anything from the shoot, then you have to tag the business. Or if not, please don't tag or post anything from while you're on my clock. And that's just true tea, and that's just fair business. Princess and Rell showing up to that Halloween party. At first, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought the suspension mean basically, I'm going to keep you from getting money for 3 or 4 days. That's, you know, to hurt you. It was a disciplinary action. The Halloween party, I mean, they're still House of Dolls, right? They're just suspended from being able to sit in a chair. So I didn't see anything wrong with them coming to the party. But, you know, a party is the wrong place to try to talk to somebody about your write-up or your suspension. And I get that this is TV and a show and so on and so forth. But it just didn't look good when Henry just wrote Princess off the way he did, and I am trying to not allow my own cultural bias and prior upsets like last week with some racial tensions make me start to not feel like this whole them versus us, Dominican versus American black thing. I'm trying to not like allow my own issues to make me read into the situation more than I need to. But I'm glad it went off when it did, because that's what it left me feeling like. We the Dominican clique, y'all the outside blacks. And yeah, I don't even want to go there today. Nonetheless, girl, VH1 Beauty Bar, you know, they're doing okay. I mean, they ain't no better or worse than Black Ink Crew. So I fucks with them, and I'll call you later on tonight, girl. Bye.